Greetings, all you manics and minds and crimes. Welcome back to another Warframe weapon showcase. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a melee weapon that came out a long time ago that is never seen, but surprise, surprise, it's actually pretty damn powerful. The Kreska. That sounds very Russian. I think it's pronounced Kreska. So this is a machete, not a scythe. I kind of wish it was a scythe because it would be way better, because scythe stances are better than machete stances in terms of damage. But I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This thing will rip through steel path, and if it rips through steel path, it's going to rip through everything else in the game. So this is the build. Now, this weapon has a lot of status chance. Not exactly the greatest critical chance, but I've proven that critical chance isn't the end-all be-all on melee weapons because Blood Rush exists. And red crits, while pretty, and yes, they can be pretty strong, high status is more often than not a lot more powerful unless you're going against opponents that don't care about status chance or status effects at all. So this is a heat corrosive build. This thing actually comes with innate heat, so that is absolutely fantastic. I'm using Cyclone Kraken because I like it better than Sundering Weave. Sundering Weave is a lot easier to get your hands on because it's everywhere, but Cyclone Kraken, you can either pay, I think I paid like 20-ish plat, this was a while ago, or you can do the Exterminate mission on the Kuva Fortress and find all the 3 secret caches and then have a chance to get Cyclone Kraken. So, I will show both, but the standstill combo with Cyclone Kraken is this. And I'm pretty sure that's slam right there. If you make a machete zaw, which I would recommend because machete zaws are pretty fun, will activate, I should know this because I have a machete zaw, activate Exodia Hunt. So the move forward combo is this. Yeah, when I first saw this thing, I thought it was a scythe, but it's not. So that's the move forward combo. The standstill block combo is this. You do a sweet flip, and this will actually lift enemies into the air. Most melee weapons have combos that will lift enemies, and the move forward block combo is this. Keep in mind this weapon's very slow right now because I don't have Berserker all the way up. So, alright, so this is the heat corrosive against corrupted heavy gunners, and I'm just going to do the move forward combo most of the time. Once we go into Steel Path, you'll see that this weapon is a lot more powerful than it lets on. So right now, it looks extremely mediocre to a lot of people, but trust me, when we go into the Steel Path and I have, a lot of enemies in front of me and get combos really quick and all of that, it's going to just tear through them. But I mean, that's every melee weapon essentially, because melee in this game is absolutely insane. But, yeah, I know, it doesn't look very impressive, but when we go into the Steel Path, you'll see. So, now I am going to spawn the enemies again. Except I am going to put on Sundering Weave and talk about Sundering Weave a bit. Luckily, I think every single machete is the same way. It comes with a Cyclone Kraken and Sundering Weave come with the same polarity. I think every single stance in the game should have the exact same polarity, matching the polarity of the weapon by default. I think that's just a good idea. So Sundering Weave standstill combo is this. The move forward combo is this. The block combo is this. It's very scythe-like. I swear that is exactly the same kind of stance as Stalking Van. And the standstill combo is this. You just reel back and hit them really hard. So, Sundering Weave might be the stronger stance, but I just prefer Cyclone Kraken, to be honest. Anyway, that's enough of that. It's time to actually go into the steel path. So, of course, I am going to be bringing my Panzer with me. So, this guy's going to be proccing viral, and I have heat corrosive on this, so condition overload goes crazy. Now, you don't need to have corrosive on your melee weapon. Technically, you don't have to like go crazy with condition overload in steel path. I see so many people that I've actually gone into steel path public matches, where they always have a Kuva Nucor. You're wasting your time, to be honest. It's not going to actually affect how fast the enemies die that much. Condition overload, just with the status on the weapon, is going to be more than enough to kill the enemies very quickly. You don't need the Kuva Nucor. But my damage numbers, who cares? You hit the enemies a few times, they fall over dead. Who cares what the damage numbers are? Whatever. I'm a casual shitter and I should try hard in a PvE game, okay? I'm not using Nariman because it doesn't matter. Because there's so many enemies here that keeping your combo up really is not hard. But let's just yeah. Now okay. So why is this weapon hitting? Okay, there's a lich. Why is this weapon hitting so much harder than it did in the Silmachron? What the hell is this? Well, I'm not entirely sure. I know the enemies are being procced with fire by the Panzer, but that's probably not the only reason this is happening. What weapon will this douchebag even drop? And this dude's got a lot of health. Oh, Kuva Core attack. Okay, mine is already maxed out, and I have a ribbon for it. By the way, when you're doing liches, do not stress. You're like, oh my god, I have to get to 60% to min-max. No, you don't. 25%, I think, is like the lowest, to 60% is like 7 more damage. It's so fucking minor. But, you know, as you can see, even though this is a weapon that no one uses and barely anyone knows about, I'm sure, it is ripping through steel path. I mean, this shouldn't surprise anyone. Condition overload, blood rush, weeping wounds. You don't need high critical chance when you are basically guaranteed crits anyway. And your status chance is such that you're hitting 2 statuses per swing. One of which is being heat and slash. So, also, I'm moving away from these dudes and getting stealth damage, which is pretty cheeky. I wish gas damage was like how it used to be, but it was legit broken. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at some old videos of people showing off the Redeemer Prime with gas damage. Back in the day, like a year and a half ago, holy fuck. But, yeah, as you can see, it is ripping through these enemies like nothing. Now, the machete that I have, the other machete that I have, my Zaw machete, is more critical focused. And does it destroy steel path? Yeah. But I'm probably eventually going to make another one and have it more status. I made another heavy blade, which I will show, which is way more status based. Holy fuck, that thing is no joke. And it is a lot of fun. So, yeah, I mean, now Cyclone Kraken does mostly proc impact with its combos. But here's the thing. If you're going against Corpus, high level Corpus, Steel Path Corpus, you kind of want that. You kind of want to knock their shields out, because without those, they're nothing. So, honestly, this thing built with magnetic, because it has heat already, is going to rip through Steel Path Corpus like nothing. But if you don't want to do that, just build viral. Or you can well, you can't build toxin because this thing has innate heat. So you'd end up with gas, and gas damage against Corpus isn't as powerful as it used to be because it doesn't proc toxin clouds anymore. Unfortunately, I kind of wish it still did, but whatever. But the Kreska, this thing is amazing. Now, I will show you what you need to build this thing, and it's a bit much, but honestly, for the damage that this thing is dealing, and the fact that machetes are very underutilized, I'm pretty sure most people that use machetes use saw machetes, which is fair, because you can make it however you want. But this is a very, very good weapon. Very good weapon. And also because it's so underutilized. I think it has a riven disposition of 5 out of 5. So rivens are going to be insane. Oh, hi, Malice. Just gonna status proc. That's the slash damage doing that damage. Yeah, yeah. You know, you guys are very cute trying to think that you can kill a literal demigod, or deity. It's just a demigod or a deity. Same thing. Whatever. But yeah. This is going to be the story for every single melee weapon I show on this channel. It just destroys steel path because that's just what melee does. So I don't need to show anymore. I can leave. So the Kreska is a really, really damn good weapon, and wow, another trade right away, man. Okay, but you know, I have to deal with that real quick. Kreska is very good. It is very, very good. Yet no one uses it. Maybe it's the attack speed. The attack speed could be a bit faster, but honestly, I think it's fine. There I got Sundering Weave again. You see how quickly you get Sundering Weave? What the hell? Anyway, as I was saying, the Kreska, or is it Kreska? I'm just going to say Kreska. This weapon is fantastic. Do I wish that there was more stances for machetes? Sure. I would love to see more sword-esque like stances, but, you know, I guess it's fine. Cyclone Kraken and Sundering Weave are definitely good enough. Would I recommend this weapon? Yeah, I would definitely recommend this weapon, especially if you like machetes, if you like the stances, or you just think this weapon looks cool, because I honestly, it's a fucking tech scythe. That's cool looking. Even though it's not a scythe, it's a machete. I really do wish it was a scythe, though. But this weapon is very, very good. I mean, of course it is. It has really high status, decent base damage, and a decent critical multiplier. I mean, critical chance, again, on melees really isn't that big of a deal. Look at the twin Buzzlock? Not Buzzlock. The twin axes. Where are they? I am obsessed with melee in this game, apparently. These things. 5% critical chance, but I already did a video on these things, so go watch that. These things are monsters. Just like this thing. This thing is a beast. So, Rivens. Do what you want. You don't have to go critical chance. You really don't. If you do have a ribbon for this weapon, I think it is a 5 out of 5 disposition, so range might be a good meme, because with primed reach and a ribbon that's essentially primed reach, I think it would actually be more than primed reach, you might be approaching 7, 8, 9 range, which would be hilarious. But ribbons are not necessary, and to be completely honest, Blood Rush isn't necessary. Neither is Weeping Wounds on a lot of melee weapons. But I just do it because this is how I build every single melee weapon I have. With one exception, which I'll talk about eventually. So this thing is absolutely fantastic. So what you need to build this thing, you need 10 Field Drawn and 25 Star Amethyst. Now the Star Amethyst and also the Longwinder Coolant, I don't remember where you get that. I want to say it's a fish, but I'm pretty sure it's not a fish. It could be from the Exploder Orb for all I know. So, kind of heavy, but this is an MR6 weapon. Keep that in mind. It's an MR6 weapon. It's not a Prime. That's not a Wraith. That's not a Vandal. Or any sort of special weapon that destroys Steel Path. I mean, it shouldn't be too surprising that any melee destroys Steel Path. I'm pretty sure even the Mark 1 bow could destroy Steel Path. I should try that, shouldn't I? Let me know if you want me to try the very beginner weapon, the Mark 1 bow against Steel Path, and see if I can't make it work. I think that'd be kind of funny if I could. I probably can. So, this is a very good weapon. Would recommend. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trophy, we trust.